Hey, this is Ben from Boss Construction, your South Florida permitting and code compliance specialist. I'm standing here with a great friend of mine, an excellent financial advisor, Esquenazi from Northwestern Mutual. Hey, Mars.
How you doing?
What brought you out to the NAREP event today, where we are today?
Sure. Well, I don't know if you know this, but my dad's actually Cuban, so I'm actually of Latino descent.
All right.
Yeah. So, and I do a lot of business in the real estate marketplace, so I thought it'd be great to meet some great connections, meet great people like yourself.
Isn't your mom a real?
My mom and dad are both realtors.
Your mom and dad are both realtors.
They're both realtors, and my dad's Cuban, so it's a really just a great fit to network and meet some good people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. No, my company's involved in NAREP. We want to promote Hispanic ownership. We're very involved in the South Florida community with resolving permits and code violations and everything like that. What is new in the financial industry as far as things that you're doing and products you're providing?
Well, the idea is I'm always helping my clients with their comprehensive planning, and so the buzz lately that's been
got the music.
The thing that everyone's talking about is there going to be an impending recession? What's happening with interest rates? And I think in the real estate sector that's been a really exciting.
Yeah, because we've seen interest rates drop a little.
Right, and in my world that could be both a gift and a curse depending on what side of the equation you're on.
Yeah.
Are you a lender? Are you a business owner? Or are you a consumer? So it really just it could depend on where you're coming from. Absolutely.
And so do you work with a lot of agents and recommend them, like, for clients who have real estates in their portfolio? Do you have clients with real estate in their portfolio?
Absolutely. So I think real estate's a phenomenal asset for a variety of reasons, tax-wise, flexibility, and a whole slew of other reasons. Of course, the passive income for your average investor is generally pretty attractive. But most of the time what I'm talking to clients about is just their overall holistic planning. If you're a realtor or if you're a business owner, we talk about things like tax minimization strategies. We'll talk about things like making sure you're on track to retire the way that you want to, that your estate planning is done appropriately. So it's really more of a white glove service to make sure that every area of your financial picture is in order. And sometimes real estate's taken into account too, absolutely.
And just between due diligence and income and everything like that, for example, I had a client who wanted to buy a property in North Miami Beach. The realtor says it's zoned for 9 units and at 15% cap, and we find out during the due diligence it's unincorporated deed, it's on the border, and it's only zoned for 4. So people are doing different, again, even for me, like, part of the things that I'm looking at is owning real estate as an asset over time, even if you're not earning huge return on investment.
And the thing is that if you're in South Florida, you know that there are certain pockets that are getting developed more than others. And so the space is a bit limited in certain areas. No one knows where the next hot area is going to be. Wynwood's kind of saturated out. There's always been those buzzes about, like, okay, is Overtown going to become something?
We've just seen where we grew up, the fringes of Aventura just expand, through Sky Lake and all the way up to Monte Carlo and 163rd and the Golden Glades Exchange. I have those talks all the time.
And even downtown Fort Lauderdale is becoming like the new Brickell in a lot of ways. Downtown Fort Lauderdale is hotter than anything I've seen in terms of recent development. So for the investors that are looking for a high cap rate, 8, 10 or more, it's becoming harder and harder to find those attractive rates in the Southeast Florida area. You got to start looking in Palm Beach or North or Jacksonville or some other parts of the state or somewhere else. It's just become, for that type of investor, a bit tough.
I have conversations all the time. Residential or commercial? Do we buy it for appreciation? Do we buy it for return on investment? So you could work with a client and the agents to analyze all of those things?
Not exactly. My focus is going to be more on, if you're going to become an investor, what's your strategy? What's your entry strategy? What's your exit strategy? What's your tax strategy? And how does that all work together within your overall financial planning goals and plans? So
really, you're more like a generalist. You're more like a PCP, like in that you're looking at everything together, which is cool.
Absolutely. So as a certified financial planner, I'm well trained and educated on a variety of topics like estate planning and taxes and retirement. And so when you want to learn about things like, if you're investing as income, and then what's your estate planning? Do you want to leave it behind to your next generation, to your kids or to your grandkids? You have to make sure that all of the parties involved are on the same page. You're a CPA, you're an attorney. Some people want to have investments only in real estate, but there are plenty of those that want to invest invest in things besides real estate to go along with it.
To stabilize things or to diversify.
Yeah, exactly. So when that's the case, that's where I have a little bit more of an active role in helping them with their wealth management and their insurance-based needs.
And how long have you been doing this?
Since 2011, so about 8 years now. I started as a college intern, just turned 30 in April. So as a 30,
Nice.
So I just, yeah, thanks. So as a 30-year-old, been practicing in the financial sector for 8 years. That speaks a bit about what kind of longevity I have in this career and what I'm able to provide to the table. Thanks, man.
Again, this brings together for me the real estate community, the Latin community, the South Florida, real estate professionals in general. We have a lot of great title companies out here, mortgage companies, financial planners, anything you need to do to really get a deal done.
Sure.
So that's really what we're out here to reflect. And great people like Morris Esquenazi. Again, if real estate is part of your portfolio, or if real estate is a lot of your portfolio, people build great wealth through real estate, but people also build great wealth through Morris Esquenazi. Identifying strategies, diversifying those strategies. He helps me work on my financial situations, and being that we're young, we might want to be more aggressive, but we also want to prepare for when we get older. So I think that's something that I'd like to leave everyone with, and I hope everyone has a great time. Do you have any closing?
No, just it was really great seeing you, Ben. And if you have
I took the words. All right.
If you have any questions regarding,
Can you give them your contact?
Absolutely. You can contact me at morris.nm.com. It's a very easy website. Morris, that's morris.nm.com. And you can email me at morris.esq@nm.com. Reach me either of those two places, and I'll be happy to help you with your financial planning goals.
And you're Tri-County like we are, right?
Oh yeah, I'm all over South Florida. I'm all over Florida. I'm actually, in fact, all over the country. I'm licensed in California, Texas, any state, especially the ones that are heavier in the tax burdens. That's where I tend to shine a bit more, so that way I can help with some of those tax planning goals that people are looking for.
Thank you so much, Morris. All right, man.
Great talking to you.